Nice. All right, welcome to the Daily Stoic Conversation, and today we're going to have the May 17th entry.
Greetings.
May 17th is the Stoic is a work in progress. I love it. Epictetus says, "Show me someone sick and happy, in danger and happy, dying and happy, exiled and happy, disgraced and happy. Show me, by God, how much I'd like to see a Stoic. But since you can't show me someone that perfectly formed, at least show me someone actively forming themselves so, inclined in this way. Show me."
Yeah, that's great. That's like he's kind of saying like there is no such thing as a perfect person, right? And we are, but as long as we are trying to be better, not perfect, better. I think that's what he's kind of talking about there. Yeah, because a lot of times, like, I have those kind of things of like, hey, I should already be, smarter or wiser or control my emotions or whatever, right? Like,
or maybe there's even the idea that like,
or more disciplined or action oriented
Sure.
or whatever. But I feel like talking about it is part of getting to be doing it more and something like that or whatever, right?
yeah, and for me it's like it's also on top of I should be better. There's maybe sometimes even the idea that there exists such a human being that's enlightened to the degree that their sickness doesn't bother them, the danger of their body doesn't bother them, dying, like it doesn't bother them, and he's like.
And it could be some of that, like dying doesn't bother them, but maybe pain bothers them, or maybe something else bothers them, right? So it's like there is no such thing as a perfect person who would have all of these things not bother them.
Yeah, like
I can see a 1% of saying like, oh, this specific one thing is not bothering me, but
yeah, like
but
the
all
human,
of them, like that's
yeah, it's almost like the
hard
human
sell.
condition is designed to be bothered by, because these are tests, like life is hard.
Yeah, it's designed to test us. It's not designed to just be all peachy all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's designed with this failure and like this disappointment and then this dying and all of that. It's designed into it. So therefore, that could help me to say like, oh, okay, I can accept more of that stuff because I see how it's part of it, right? So like, not be bothered by pain would not be part of that. That's some sort of a utopian thing of, again, someone like that doesn't exist. That's not bothered by any of those things. Even some monk somewhere in some cave is probably bothered by something.
Yeah.
And when also, right?
When is a big thing.
When is a big thing because
you
okay,
might
like
say,
maybe at this one
Yeah.
5-year period, okay, that's great, that's admirable. But what about before and what about after? Like, no, we are growing, and so I actually like that idea of like there is no like a achievable goal. The achievable goal is the trying.
The path. The path is the goal.
Yeah, that was like the 50 Cent, right? Wasn't he the one who had the like succeed or die trying or something, or like there's some slogan he had, something like
I don't know.
it was something on this some similar note. Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
go 50.
Okay, you ready for Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ryan says, instead of seeing philosophy as an end to which one aspires, see it as something one applies, not occasionally, but over the course of a life, making incremental progress along the way. Sustained execution, not shapeless epiphanies. Epictetus loved to shake his students out of their smug satisfaction with their own progress. He wanted to remind them, and now you, of the constant work and serious training needed every day if we are ever to approach that perfect form. It's important for us to remember, in our own journey to self-improvement, one never arrives. The sage, the perfect Stoic who behaves perfectly in every situation, is an ideal, not an end.
Right. Yeah,
so you
that's
can
an
work towards
ideology,
it.
but
You work towards it, but you never achieve it.
you'd never achieve it like perfectly, like
Right.
all the time, always.
You don't.
No.
I can't achieve the ideal. I can aspire. I can get maybe even close to the ideal. But there will be always moments until I die that I'm falling short.
Now that because you cannot achieve it fully, is that then discouraging from trying in the first place? There could be, right? But I would say for myself, like, no way, dude. It's so much better trying than not trying.
Yeah, I think you will enjoy your life more.
Yeah, in some way it's harder, but it's also more enjoyable.
Yeah, there will be more satisfaction, more sense of purpose, probably more a sense of control of like, because what they continue to talk about is like keeping our thoughts in check and keeping our actions in check and our behavior in check. And so doing that makes me feel like I'm more in control, like I can handle different situations more easily. I'm not afraid of situations, because sometimes I'll get afraid of a situation because I will know that I have not handled that type of a situation very well in the past. And so now I perceive it coming again and I'm like, oh crap, I don't trust myself. And the lack of trust in myself creates a fear and an anxiety and like a wanting to avoid the thing. And so this path then, even if I never become the person who is just, at peace 100% of the time, I could be the person who's at peace 95% of the time.
Yeah, because sure. But he's saying it is like that's not even a possibility.
The 100 is not a possibility.
I'm
saying the 95% is worth it.
You know what I mean? The 95% is our 100%. When we're living up to our full potential, which is, let's say, 100%, is to live in it in like mid 90s percentile of what's actually possible.
Yeah. And I'm using that to say like I'm that is way worth it. If I think about, well, is it discouraging? It's like, no, it's not discouraging, because I'd rather live at 95% than live at like a 30%.
Oh, of course.
Or like a 40%.
Yeah, that's logical.
So yeah, it's actually liberating to know that there's never the arrival. And it's hard to to shift it's hard to break my brain from that, because my brain is so used to like thinking about an outcome or like a goal or an achievement. Or like I've achieved this and now I'm set, and like this penetrates into a lot of different aspects, like a lot of different things. And so it does feel like my brain is sort of breaking a little bit to come to terms with that truth that the process is the goal, or like the path is the goal. It's like the goal is to live like this every day and live through the ebbs and flows of it, and not measure up sometimes to the 100%, you know, like that, all of that is me reaching the goal, because the goal is to move through that, not to end up someplace.
Yeah, the goal is to live it, and live it in some way that it feels good. And we can't find out what that is until we keep trying different ways of trying to live it, you know. And then this thing is essentially like a book of, hey, we've tried
a lot of different ways.
We've tried a lot of shit. So this is actually like, hey, this might be the closest to something that you might resemble as like, oh my God, I love how life is.
Yeah.
Even though you start reading this and you're like, oh shit, there's like a lot of work. But like, that lot of work becomes this satisfaction, and then this like liking the whole thing, because the work is part of it. It's so crazy, like, because we want to avoid that work and say, no, I want to avoid that work and have an awesome life. No, the work, if it's that work is not in there, then it's not full. It's not fulfilled.
And the funny thing is like, there will always be work. There will be work one way or the other.
Yes.
It's like, this work is like something I consciously take on for myself. But if I didn't do this and I didn't say I want this work, life would put other work on my plate that would not maybe be of my choosing. And I would be really struggling to keep up with that work and the demands there, because I wouldn't have like a strong internal operating system from which to like participate in these different situations.
Yeah. Excellent.
Nice.
Anything else?
Let's wrap it up.
Excellent.
Thank you for joining. I hope you had a wonderful time, and please leave us a comment so that we can know that you're out there.